Welcome to another edition of Eye on Education. I'm your host, Ed Lecious, and joining me today is Kat Gatcomb, who is the Youth Services Director for the Nashua Public Library. And it's just been about a year since we've had you on.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And we're here for the main reason we had you last time, and that is it's the Mayor Winter Reading Challenge. It's been about 5 years this has been going on. And we're about, what, halfway through now?
About halfway through, yeah. So we started at the first of the year and we'll go until February 11th.
So can you give us the history of how this all began, even though you weren't here when it started?
Yes, I was not here, but I think I can speak to it a little. So when we first started the challenge, it was just for children, so we wanted to keep kids reading. So every year we have a big summer reading challenge, and you know, we want people to be reading all year and keep that momentum going. So we started that, you know, with the mayor for kids to keep reading throughout the winter. And then the following year we expanded it to include teens, and then we figured, you know what, we're one community, we want everyone to be reading, so we expanded that to include adults as well. And it's also, you know, really valuable family literacy. So in a family unit, when a child sees their grown-up reading, that shows them the importance of reading. You know, there's something really special about reading with your child. And even if you are an adult without children, you know, it's still good to be reading. So we opened it up to all ages.
Now, is there a specific book for each of the age groups, or
No, yeah,
how's it work?
you can read whatever you want. All kinds of reading is good reading. So you can do audiobooks, you can do ebooks, magazines, you know, a traditional paperback, hardcover book, graphic novel, book and verse, nonfiction, fiction, whatever you want to read, you can read. We do have some book lists on our website that are themed. So the theme this year is all the feels. So it's all about emotions and feelings. So we do have some suggested books if you're not sure what you want to read. Another cool feature is that readers can actually write reviews of the books they're reading. So if you don't know what you want to read, you can log on and see what other readers in your kind of age group are reading, and maybe that will give you an idea of a new book to try.
So it's like the honor system that I've read 9 books kind of thing?
Yeah, pretty much. So we actually are counting by minutes as opposed to
Oh.
books. And that's just to keep it a little more equitable. So some people might read faster or slower than others. So, you know, if you listen to an audiobook on your drive into work for 30 minutes, you can go on and say I did 30 minutes. But yes, we do just kind of go on the honor system there. So definitely.
And when does it end?
It ends February 11th. And that will be a big celebration at the library. The mayor will be there. We'll have hot chocolate. We'll have games and crafts and just a chance to celebrate all the reading that we did.
And are there prizes or awards
Yes.
for the top readers?
So we are going to have some prizes. We have raffles. So the way that the challenge works is when you log your reading on Beanstack, which is a website. There's also an app that you can download. So when you log your reading there, as you hit certain milestones, it will let you know that you've won a raffle ticket, and you enter that into our virtual raffle. And at the end of the challenge, we will draw winners. There's a challenge for each age group. So we have a raffle basket for each of the different age groups.
So do you have any idea as to how many people are participating, or?
Yeah, that's a great question, and I should have checked that. I'm not sure right now, Ed.
Oh, well, you know, hopefully there are a lot, because I know in the past years it's been very successful to the
Yes.
point, as you say, it's gone from kids to teens to adults. And
Yeah, definitely. And we're trying to reach a community reading goal of 350,000 minutes, and we definitely are on track to do that. So I think that we can do that with everyone's help. The more the merrier. We'd love to surpass our goal. And if you visit the library, you'll see in our lobby we have a big giant bingo board that has different emojis on there. And as we hit different milestones, we're kind of filling that in so you can get a nice visual of how far we've come along.
you speak of the bingo board. Last year we had a snowman,
Yes.
and the snowman fit in your car and was able to join us.
It
And
did, yeah.
thanks to the magic of technology, at some point we'll be showing a picture of that during our interview here today. But
Yes.
just didn't quite fit in the car.
No, it's just too big and grand and magical. You'll have to stop by to see it, or you can see a picture here on the screen, hopefully.
That's great.
So,
And have you noticed an uptick in the number of kids coming into your area at the library now that we're hopefully out of the COVID bug.
Yes, definitely. It's been so amazing to see lots of new families, old families returning. We recently kind of redid our children's area a little bit, so we have a new space for tweens, so those like 4th to 6th graders. We redid our early learning space, so we have like a dramatic play area with a dress up and a train table and a sensory table. We have a big maker space alcove, so we have maker activities for young children and for older children. In our teen room, we've put out our 3D printer so teens can come and 3D print something. We have a button maker that's really popular in the teen room, and we've definitely been seeing a lot more kids and teens visiting us, so that's really exciting for the staff. We love seeing all the smiling faces every day.
I mean, especially where you're up against the electronic age today, one might think there'd be a drop-off and the number of children coming into the library, especially, and given the fact that parents are busy too.
Yes.
But have things been pretty steady then?
Definitely, yeah. I think that, as a library, we're trying to embrace the technology in a lot of ways too. So with our makerspace, we have ebooks and e-audiobooks, we have databases, but also the great thing about the library is that all the programming is free. We also try to offer programming in the evenings and on the weekends, so if parents are working, they can still have a chance to bring their kid in outside of your typical 9 to 5. We do have programs during the day as well, but I think that it's really nice. We've heard from a lot of families, especially after being in isolation for so long, especially with really little ones. It's so nice just to come to story time and meet other families, make new friends, see other people. So that's been really great.
I saw a story recently, you talk about 3D printers, where a group of students, and I want to say it was in Minnesota maybe, their teacher's dog lost a leg, and the students created a 3D prosthesis leg for the dog, and now the dog is functioning on all fours, and
wow.
this was the kids giving back to the teacher, but it's amazing what you can do with. And I also saw another story. They're now doing 3D houses.
Oh, wow.
Out in the Midwest somewhere, and it's like amazing. But you
Yeah.
can start to learn that technology right here.
Definitely. I don't think our 3D printer is big enough to make a whole entire house, but definitely you can learn the basics and come make something fun. We have a 3D design workshop coming up for teens, so if you have no idea how to do that, if you're a teenager and you want to come check that out, you can also just stop by and we'll kind of walk you through it in the teen room. So.
Now, what are the library's hours right now?
Yeah, so right now we're open Monday through Thursday at 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. We are closed to the public on Fridays, but staff is still in the building, so you can give us a call or shoot us a message if you have questions. And Saturdays we're open 9 to 5, and then Sundays we're open 1 to 4.
So they're back open on Sundays.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
What's the biggest challenge for you in the youth area in these times?
Yeah, I think for me and like for my staff, thinking about, there's so many things we want to do and we get so many great suggestions, and just trying to figure out how to best serve our community and really have a variety of different programs. And it's like, how do you pick the right time and the right age group, and are we forgetting somebody? And we want to have outreach opportunities in the community. So sometimes it feels like we're doing a lot of things and we have so much to offer, but you're always thinking about who are we not reaching and who are we not serving and who's not coming in and how can we serve the whole community. So I'm thinking about that a lot when we're planning.
Now, recently the library made a decision to waive fines.
Yes.
I guess that's a national trend, and what's the genesis behind that?
Yeah, definitely. So this is something a lot of public libraries have been embracing, and in order to make the library more welcoming for everyone, we decided to remove fines. Some people might be a little worried that maybe that means items are not going to be coming back on time, but there's been a lot of research and a lot of larger libraries have tried this, and it's shown that actually what fines really do is they don't incentivize people to bring things back, but they do act as a barrier for people to use the library. So someone might be afraid to check a material out because they might accrue debt that they can't pay off. They might be embarrassed to come back in because they do already have fines on their card and they don't want to have that interaction. So we decided to remove that barrier. We've wiped all fines from everyone's account. So if you previously had fines on your account, please come back in and say hello. And we want to make the library really a place for everybody in the community.
However, lost or damaged items are
Yes.
still you're going to be charged for.
That's right, yeah. That just will help us with the replacement cost. You know, we definitely, like I said, we really want to be welcoming. So if you have some kind of outstanding circumstance and you want to come chat with a member of our staff, you know, we'd like to work something out with folks too. So, yeah.
It's a great place. What are some of the other things that are going to be coming up in the not too distant future that people might want to be aware of, or at least want to maybe go to your website and see?
Yeah, definitely check out our website. You know, we have a lot of things that you can do anytime. So I think one really exciting feature that maybe not everyone knows about is you can use your library card to reserve discounted museum passes. So if you want to spend a day at the museum, you can go onto our website, pick your museum, put in your library card, and get your pass. So you could get discounted admission to like the Children's Museum or the Boston Aquarium. So that's really cool. In the library, we're actually opening a seed library. And this is something that other libraries have done as well, where we're going to have a collection of seeds in an old card catalog. So a lot of people might remember flipping through
Yes.
to find your book. So we have our old card catalog. We're going to fill it with seeds. And the idea is people can come grab a seed, plant it in their garden, and then as their plants grow, they can harvest seeds from those plants and bring them back and kind of keep the cycle going. So, you know, we have some community gardening space throughout Nashua. People can use it in their home gardens. You can make a little, you know, like I live in an apartment, so I could have a little windowsill garden, you know, lots of opportunities to use those seeds. So we're very excited about that. That'll be starting in February. And then we have, for adults, we have movies and different kinds of lectures. We have meeting space that you can reserve, study rooms, computer classes for people learning how to use different, you know, like Microsoft Word or even Facebook, things like that. For teens, we have our 3D printing workshop I mentioned coming up. We have a teen advisory group, which I'm really excited about. So we're trying to get feedback from teens in the community, what they want to see at the library. So that's for teens in grades 6 to 12 to come in and just kind of share with us, you know, what do you want the library to do? And then we'll do it. I mean, within reason.
Yeah. Well, it's obvious you're not our grandparents' library anymore.
Yes. Yeah, and we really want the library to be a place that people want to come. And, you know, I think there's so many things we can do, and we want to make it happen for the community. And then for kids, of course, we have our story times. It's kind of a library staple, but we also have things like Minecraft Club, Lego Explorers. We have a couple different book clubs for kids and teens. Take Your Child to the Library Day is coming up on February 2nd, and we'll have Steve Blunt, who's a local children's musician, and Marty Kelly, who's a local author, come in and do a big program for us, so we're really looking forward to that. And then I think just the library is a great place just to hang out, even if we don't have a scheduled program coming. You can come and play with a maker space, or, you know, sit on the couch and read, draw something, build on our Lego wall, whatever it is, there's always something to do.
And if people haven't been in a while, the downstairs has been completely finished
Yes.
and revamped. And yes, there's all kinds of meeting space. And if who can use the meeting space, and how do they go about reserving it?
Yeah, so you can give us a call at our Chandler Wing desk for that. And, you know, the meeting rooms are for nonprofits. We have a policy on our website if you're not sure if you're going to qualify for that. But we do have 2 smaller study rooms. So if you're, you know, need a place to do a Zoom interview, or if you are a tutor looking to book a quiet room or whatever it is, we don't really ask you what you're using the room for necessarily, but you can just come in and reserve that space for 2 hours, the smaller rooms.
And for those who are interested, there's the famous Nashua room that contains everything you wanted to know about Nashua,
Yes.
but didn't know where to look or ask.
Absolutely. Our information services staff are any question you have, they can probably find you an answer somewhere for it. They're amazing. And they can help you get set up in there and look through the local resources. You know, we have a lot of old newspapers that they can access for you, and maps, all kinds of things.
I know that PBS is doing a documentary on your town.
Yes.
And they've spent quite a bit of time in there pouring through the journals and books and scrapbooks and old newspapers just as they do their preparation work. And it really has, you know, changed, and it was time for that change when the late Elliott Carter donated the funds to the city for it. In the old Hunt building, in the big room just to the right of the front doors as you come in, that was the old reading room. And you would go in there during the day, and there would be individuals reading newspapers, which is a lost art today, or just they'd go in and they'd spend the day reading a book. People who could power read, they'd go in, they'd read a book in a day, and they would spend time there. And now the children's room was downstairs. It was very limited in what they could do because of size. And now, I mean, you guys have everything you need and then some.
Yeah.
And you still have the auditorium down there?
Yeah, so we do have a theater downstairs. So we do movies in there for adults and also kids sometimes. We've done some interactive movies for kids and teens, which is really fun. So we'll give everyone a bag of stuff, and throughout the movie, as certain things happen, you might throw something at the screen or eat a snack or yell something. So those are pretty popular with our teens especially.
So there's always something going on at the library.
Always something going on, yeah.
And you know, the February 11th is the conclusion of the Mayor's Winter Reading Challenge.
Yes.
And I was going to say that when did it begin? When was it launched?
Yeah, it started the first of the year, January 1st.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
they got a little over a month and a half.
Yes, yeah.
To accomplish this and
Yeah.
come up with minutes. Unique.
Yes.
That's pretty unique.
Yeah, I think
Judging it based on the number of minutes you've read.
yeah, definitely we want people, you know, it's not so much about how fast you can read or how big your stack of books is, you know, just that people are reading.
Geez, I should have entered. I take a long I'll get into a book and then I'll put it down and I won't get back to it for a while.
Oh,
and
me too. Yeah. Well,
uh,
there's still time, Ed. You can sign up anytime. Just go to Beanstack, go to our website and click the link and you can join us.
Anything else you'd like to share with the audience that they may or may not know about the library, or anything looking forward to the spring, summer?
Yeah, I think, you know, we always, like you said, we always have something going on, and I think we really all the staff really tries to make the library a welcoming place and for everyone to feel welcome. So we really encourage, you know, if you haven't been to the library in a long time, please come back, see what might be different. You know, we're always looking to meet new people and say hello, and definitely we hope you join our reading challenge. Check out our website, follow us on social media if you're on social media. Check out what we have going on.
All right. Well, Kat, it's been great having you back.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Year and a half now.
Yeah,
I
just
must have
about.
lost 6 months there.
I know,
but
that's okay.
It goes by fast,
It
and you
does.
obviously love your job.
I do, yeah, it's a great
And
job.
you've brought it to new heights in the children's area as the entire staff over there has stepped up under Jen and
Yeah.
have really made it a place to be
Thank you.
here in Nashua.
Yeah, thanks.
Our guest has been Kat Gatcomb, who is the Youth Services Director at the Nashua Public Library. And if you haven't been there recently, why not stop by? And as she said, you still have time to get into the Mayor's Winter Reading Challenge. Runs now through February 11th. You've been watching eYe Education. I'm your host, Ed Leicius. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.